Welcome back to the channel and day 20 of Vlogmas, December the 20th, 2025. It's a lovely Saturday outside. It's a little bit windy, a little bit cold, but the sun's been out most of the day. Lovely out there. But before we do anything else though, let's get in there and let's see what's behind door 20 for Vlogmas 20. And of course, before we get anywhere near door 20, we'll have to move Hans Gruber down to floor 20. So he's currently sitting there on floor 19 where we left him yesterday. So I'll just tilt you forward a little bit so you can actually see where he's going to, and we'll just slide him down to floor 20, which means there's 4 days left. 4 days left. So today we're going to have a 1 in 5 chance of that being a pot of paint, but I don't think it is. I think the pot of paint's in that one, which is tomorrow. So without further ado, let's get Hans Gruber and the Nakatomi Tower out the way and get straight into what's behind door 20. Right, now the reason I think that this isn't a pot of paint is that the last pots of paint we had have been in this size door. Bring that in so you can see that a bit more. Have been in that size door, and that door there seems to be the same size as that one. So I think it was you, Candle, that said you reckoned that the pot of paint would be behind day 21. There's a very strong possibility you could have been right. We'll find that out tomorrow. For now though, and for today, let's get 20 open. So finger of excitement in the door. Opens it, and yes, it's more car parts. What is this? Oh, what's that? Oh, that's the bit that goes under the front bumper, I believe. Let's have a closer look at it though. So behind door 20 today, we've had these, and I'm not quite sure what they are. Maybe something to do with the wheels, possibly. That looks to be, well, that might be the rear valance, mightn't it? That might be the bit that goes underneath the body of the car at the back. Let's have a quick look and see if I just reach over and grab the body. Could that be? Does that look? That might go there. No, it might not. No, it might not. It might go at the front. Ah, that looks a bit more likely, doesn't it? Turn that round that way. And that might go on there, or it might not. Well, worry about that later. For now though, let's get into putting the rest of this together. Now yesterday, we've got the front suspension on, the back suspension on, got the exhaust in. That was all done. We'll put the 2 seats together so they're ready to go. Now today we're in the dashboard, and by the looks of it, that's saying we're going to need stickers, so all the gauges are going to go in today. This is going to be exciting, isn't it? And probably really difficult. So, stickers then. It's not the number plates we need yet, so get rid of those for now. It's these ones. We just have a close look at these. Going to get the right ones in the right place. And I need the dashboard as well. Right, now I did say yesterday, the other day when I painted these rather, that I needed to paint the gauges. So I've painted the gauges, as you can see. Maybe that just highlights where these bits are going to go. I can see this being any amount of joy. Right, let's, what we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. Right, let's see if we can get get these done then. This will be very interesting. So I'll take that one off of there. This might be where the tweezers will come in handy, isn't it? I'll find out where I've put the tweezers. Right, so if I just grab the end of that. And we need to get that in there. I think that's just about in place. Take this rubber band off of here. Right, that seems to be the first one in place. Now, I'm not going to bore you to death by letting you watch me putting them all in place. I'll get the rest in, and then we'll move on to the next spot. Oh my god, I do have to say that on. I don't know if it's going to be able to focus, but there we are. We've got all the gauges on, even that one in the middle there. But all the gauges, the stickers are all on. Hopefully you can, if that'll focus, you can see those. But my god, that took some doing. I know it's only been like sort of a second or so for you and they're all on. But trying to get all 7 of those in there, not to mention the one in the middle. But at least they're done. They're on. So that's that bit done. Oh my god. Right, what's next? Steering wheel, I suppose. So we need the parts for the steering wheel. I'll just grab those and then we'll get back into getting the steering wheel put together. I think I might put the steering wheel onto the column and then put that in first of all. That bit there, incidentally, is the steering wheel. It's just the steering wheel where you had to paint it. Now, I did paint the steering wheel. So let me get these bits sorted out and then we'll go into that and get that bit done. Right, so with the dashboard then, I've got that trim piece in the bottom with the sticker on. Now that's a radar, bit of a radar, I think. And for the steering wheel itself, we need this bit of steering column, and it's telling me that the stalk should be on that side. So we get the wheel, and I want the wheel around the right way. We'll get that wheel onto there. Now that's the wheel on. So now it's just a case of putting this in there. Oh, now I felt that go through. There we are. Just turn that a little bit. There we are then. So we've got the steering wheel, the dashboard complete. Got the stickers you can see just behind everything there. I think I can move that arm up. Yeah, there we are. Right, so that's the dashboard completed. Now the next step is really strange because the next step says, apart from having to fit the gear stick into the interior bucket, it does say that the floors and the back parcel shelf should be painted black. Now, I thought it had given us black paint, but it hasn't. The darkest colour I have, I've got the silver paint pot, and I've got this, which is just a grey. It's not black, because the reason I know it's not black is because I thought it was, and when I went to paint the interior earlier on, that's the floor down there of the interior painted, but as you can see, it matches pretty much perfectly with the rest of it. So forgive me, but the black paint isn't happening because I don't actually have any black paint at all, would you believe? So that's not going to be an issue. If I do get some in the meantime, obviously I'll go over it before the car gets put together, because this is the last step that I'm going to try and do today. Now, according to this, we do have a choice of gear sticks. We have the Aston Martin DB5 gear stick, and we have the James Bond 007 version of the gear stick. Now, as this is the Bond DB5, it's obviously going to have to be the 007 of the gear stick. So, and it is a question mark as to, go with whichever one you want to go with. So I'm going to go with that, which is F29, and I think is, no, that's C. There's an F somewhere. That's D. Of course, F would be the last one I pick up, wouldn't it? So here we are, F. So F29. Now I did paint them earlier when I find them. 30, 26, 29. There we are. F29 is the one that I'm going to go with. So I need to get that out of there, which I shall do, and then we'll get that mounted into the car. Right, here we go then, F29. Hopefully you can see I've actually painted that, so it has got silver paint on it. So it's just a case of putting that in the, is it in the interior tub? No, I haven't taken the interior tub off the sprue yet. I'm assuming it goes in, it'll be that hole there, won't it? So it's got to go in that hole there. I think that's it. Yep, I think that's going in. Yeah, it's all the way through the other side. So we've got the gear stick in now. Right, there we are then. So that's the gear stick in. Now I think the next stage, which I'm not doing in this video, I'll do that tomorrow. Yeah, the next stage is all the transmission tunnel and the pedals and everything like that. So I'm going to leave that there for today. What we've managed to do today is get the gear stick mounted into the interior seating area. We've actually built the dashboard, so the steering wheel is in place, as is the steering column, the radar, all the stickers behind the steering wheel that you can't really see all that well. There we are, you can see them there. So all the stickers are on. You have no idea how difficult they were to get on, but they're on. So that's the main thing. And that's it for day 20. Geez, the hardest part about that was putting those tiny little stickers. They were just a dot on the end of my finger. The tweezers really did come in handy there for getting those stickers on, but at least it's all done. So the dashboard's fully built, ready to go in. The gear stick's in, all the floor pans done, the suspension and everything like that. So we're really, really getting there. Definitely on target to be finished on Christmas Eve, which means I'll not have to worry about doing anything else on Christmas Eve other than getting this thing finished. But if you've enjoyed this one, which I really hope you have, hype it on the way out, caress the like button, and don't forget to consider subscribing to the channel. And I'll see you tomorrow for day 21, the shortest day of the year and the best day of the year. The nights will start getting lighter after tomorrow. Bye for now. Day 20's here, oh what a tease. Behind the door, what could it be? Nigel's grinning ear to ear. Vlogmas time is the best time of year.